Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video, we are looking at the Line6 Pod 2.0 again. Now, this is a very cool, but a little bit dated unit, and I always love to see how we can spruce it up and what modern stuff we can add to it, just to see what we come up with. So, the EarthQuakersDevice Palisades. That's what we're going to do for this video, is add these two together and see what it sounds and see how much we can enhance the Pod 2.0. Now, we're not going to use the gain or the distortion aspect of this. It's very awesome, very powerful, but we're going to act like the Line6 is our amp and cab and just use the enhancing and the voicing aspects and the boost of this pedal here. So let's start plugging stuff in and start having some fun. Now we have everything set up and ready to go. Let's grab my Onsby guitar here. And this is the default little patch that we did a while ago for the Line6, the Pod 2.0. A little bit gloomy, a little bit muffly, doesn't quite have that aggression and that bite. So we've got a lot of different settings here. As I said, we're not going to touch the gain. So let's just activate it, which should just give us the little bit of a tone and the different voicings there. Already that's cleaned it up a lot. Not the best playing, but we're here for the tone, not for... Oh, you can judge my guitar playing as well, that's fine. Compared to. So even that, just that alone is much, much better. Let's give it a bit of a boost, because who doesn't love a bit of a boost in their guitar tone? Sounding pretty good. Now, I can't quite recall off the top of my head the difference between, have to lean over to see because I can't even, the voicing and the bandwidth. So let me move my T and let's just go through them. All right, I think that's got to do with the distortion, because I remember last time I did use this with the gain, that made a huge difference, but... As you can see, we're not pushing any gain, so there's nothing to change there. If I'm correct, I could be wrong. So this makes it very noisy, as we can hear and see, but it also adds too much. So looks like the lower the bandwidth, the tighter the sound's going to be. compared to if we push it up. So still get a little bit of hiss, but it does, yeah. That brings in the bottom end a hell of a lot more. As does that, so going lower definitely cleans up a lot of that bottom end. But I think one works the best. So let's see, we have a normal and bright. So let's just see what that does. Yeah, not too bad. But we have a buffer, which I think helps clean up a lot of the unwanted noise. Yeah, because with the buffer on, we get a lot of noise coming through. Compared to turning it off, feel like we lose a lot of that top end when we have that switch towards the off compared to the on. It's still not bad though, still sounds pretty decent. That's real bad guitar playing. But let's try do a little bit of A-B comparison because we haven't heard just the Line 6 by itself for a little bit now. So this is what it sounds like with Palisades engaged. Turn it off. So very muffled, the bottom end is far too muddy. And in a mix, that would get lost a lot compared to brightening it up with this. Yeah, so that is awesome. That is really cool. There is lots more that we could delve in a little bit here and there and all that, but just as a straight, let's plug in, see how it sounds. That's what it sounds like. But let's see what it sounds like in an actual mixer. So let's double up on the guitars, add some bass and drums, and let's see how it really fits in a band situation. So sit back, relax, enjoy the tune, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about it on the other side. time for some final thoughts of pairing up the Palisades with the Line 6 Pod 2.0. Now, the thing I've always loved about this is it's really cool. I can just go straight into the desk and nothing else. And we just get a straight wave file ready to rock and roll, ready to go. So still really cool how this piece of equipment can be implemented in the studio. And since I have a little bit of a soft spot for it, trying to boost it up with something like this, I feel like this did really awesome to take what was a pretty, I don't want to really use the term outdated, but it kind of is. But thinking about just from a sound perspective, not a time perspective, how their cab emulator that they've got in there was very gloomy and dark and not quite the best for something that's low tuning like this, that's in drop G. Where adding in a little enhancement pedal like this really helped boost it up and bring it to life, and made it gave a lot more clarity and brutality to the tone, which is something we really love. The only thing I have to say, not really against it, but kind of a footnote, is it was very noisy. So if we were to use this in a studio environment, I'd probably want to put a noise suppressor before this, so to speak, because this makes everything very sensitive on the guitar. So just to help clean up that whole process, just chuck a noise suppressor before it. And yeah, other than that, everything was really cool. I know there's a hell of a lot more you can do with this using its gain and distortion feature. We might have to take that another time. I've done this with a couple of videos already, especially when I very first got it, but yeah, still for what we used it for today, still pretty powerful, still pretty rad. So definitely keen for your thoughts to see how you felt about it all. So thank you very much for joining me in this video. It was lots of fun just putting some classic with some vintage gear together and just to see how they sound and what happens. And I thoroughly look forward to chatting with you next time. And until then, please stay safe.